What up? It's your boy Victor Kwan back at it again. It's the end of the year. Goodbye 2017. And Alexa, we're going to do something a little differently for this video. It was Alexa's idea to talk about the movies that we saw this year and which ones we liked, which ones we thought was the best, you know,
and also
in
to
retrospect.
Review the movie that we just watched.
Yeah,
well, we didn't just watch it.
On Christmas Day, we watched
it like a couple days ago.
Right. We watched Star Wars, The Last Jedi night, or whatever. Anyway, so here is the list as follows for what we watched this year. Okay, we saw, starting with Passengers.
That was La La Land.
Well, La La Land was, but that was like, it came out like last.
Oh, but we watched it in January.
We watched it in January, but
Okay,
let's not count La La Land.
Okay, no one, that's fine.
Anyway.
That's fair.
All right.
I wasn't crazy about
So
it.
there's Passengers, 50 Shades Darker, your favorite. Then we watched Get Out, Logan,
I like Get Out.
Beauty and the Beast, then Kong Skull Island. That was one of those movies where I liked it when it came out, but it kind of didn't really stick with me, you know, like, you know, there's some movies that stick with you when you think about them, and it's kind of like, I felt the same way for this next one, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That was a good one.
It was, but it didn't really stick with me. But then again, I don't think I liked it that much. If I recall, if I go back to the review, I probably said something like, I wish it did more for the overall story, you know.
Which one? What are we talking about
Marvel
again?
Universe.
Oh, Guardians.
Okay, next would be Baywatch.
Nah.
Wonder Woman. That's a big one.
So many mixed opinions.
Then here we have All Eyes on Me.
That was a
Tupac.
one.
Then Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Then we watched The Big Sick
That was good.
with Kumail Nanjiani. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Dunkirk.
Okay, thanks for not using your signal, big booty, whatever you are.
Dunkirk. Then It.
Dunkirk. Yeah.
Blade
Good
Runner
ones.
2049.
Blade Runner was cool.
What? You hated it?
Yeah. I mean, it was alright. I don't know.
Then we watched The Foreigner.
Foreigner.
Then we watched Thor Ragnarok. Justice League. And then finally The Disaster Artist, not counting Star Wars. So, any of those that you thought really stood out to you?
Get Out.
Get Out. Why
Definitely.
Get Out?
I feel like the other ones that you talked about, like the hype and everything surrounding
Oh, there was
it,
a lot of hype around
yeah, but like for Get Out, like it all worked. Like for the most part, people like kind of had an idea of what the story was about, but they didn't know what to expect coming in, and like the twist was great, you know. Like all the other movies, a lot of the superhero movies, like there was so much hype and like so much like it's like following of this, like a bunch of movies after it, so it's in like a series and all that, and so there's so much like just hype. I don't know, that's the only word I can think of. But like Get Out, the way it was introduced and it came out and was delivered, and like afterwards it's fine.
Sure.
So that's one that stands out to me. I mean, and the thing is too, like a lot of these movies were good. Like all the superhero ones, like they were good. They were done well and they looked nice.
Well, let's see. What would you say was the worst movie out of the list that we watched?
I mean, like definitely the bottom ones are like the ones that like the King Kong and like Baywatch.
Okay, but King Kong was pretty good though.
But they're just like
really
no one's gonna remember them. Like no one really.
Well, I mean, you never know. I think because King Kong, they were trying to establish like a new universe of like other monsters and stuff, which I was open. I am still open for, and I'm like, you know, I'm hoping to see some of that.
But it's just...
So I wouldn't say that was a bad movie. I think Baywatch is probably down there. I just didn't like seeing The Rock doing like Dumbo comedy,
But
whatever you
that's
call
his,
it.
I mean, that's his grind.
Yeah.
He makes like
It's true.
how many movies did came out with him this year?
Well, it's you know, if you have your own private jet and you have his work ethic and all that stuff.
Bless him.
If you're The Rock, you're The Rock.
Bless him.
Probably down there for me would be All Eyes on Me, the Tupac movie.
Oh, sad.
I know it's sad, but you know, like Tupac deserved a little better, I think. It just the writing wasn't that consistent, and you know, it just didn't feel like the good movie that it should have been. Like, it didn't feel like it was produced with a lot of faith behind it. You know, not the way Straight Outta Compton was produced. It almost felt like nobody behind the scenes, like none of Tupac's family or his or like Dr. Dre and them, like it almost felt like they didn't approve or they probably didn't even have any say in like the production of the film. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know if that's true, but that's just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the family like backing it up, then it gets kind of bad.
Yeah. I thought, you know, Big Sick was great.
It was.
Just,
that was a good one.
You know.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it was really good, and it's one of those movies that you want to see more of. You want to see its sequel, which I hope, you know, comes out soon. Dunkirk. What did you think of Dunkirk?
Dunkirk was one of the really well done ones.
Sure.
Definitely. Very pretty. I mean, and also we watched it in like the good theater.
Would you go so far as to say Justice League is on the bottom of your list?
No.
No.
I mean,
did you like Justice League more than you liked Passengers? Did you like Passengers? I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, right now I do. I can't say anything about what I said before because I don't remember. But I'd put Justice League above Passengers. Like that one, Passengers, just set it and forget it.
Sure, I guess so. Let's see. Oh, okay. Would Blade Runner be on, like, what would be on the bottom of your list then for this? I don't know if
I said King Kong and like Baywatch.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What about 50 Shades though?
That's pretty throwaway. That's like third.
It deserves its own tier of like.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the one that started it all for us. So
Yeah, 50 Shades. The very first one was our first movie review. So hey guys, like, you know, we owe all this to 50 Shades. I guess so. For me, on the bottom, it would have to be between All Eyes on Me, Justice League, and no, sorry, not 50 Shades. Blade Runner. Disaster Artist, I think, is probably one of my top favorites.
I mean, I feel like Disaster Artist, it's gonna take some more time for that to like to rise.
Sure, but out of all these films that we mentioned,
James Franco's nominated for stuff for that. No,
oh, is he? I didn't know that.
I think so.
It's crazy that you can be nominated as a good actor for playing a bad actor. It's funny and ironic.
I mean, the movie, the climate of the movie industry this past year has just been crazy. In terms, like you know, we watched a lot of superhero movies that are part of like long-running franchises. Ducky, with like a lot of hype and a lot of money put into them, with a lot of special effects and just, you know, the big empire of Disney, whatever. So there's that, and then, you know, there's just the bigger, I mean, the past few years have shown like the bigger, like the growth of like internet and social media and like people sharing their opinions, you know, like we share this stuff on our social media, but like everyone has more of an opinion and things to say, and like, you know, people look more at like Rotten Tomatoes ratings and whatever.
I try not to look at Rotten Tomatoes ratings
for sure. And then, you know, like all the spoilers we see for stuff online, like, you know, you look on when a movie comes out, then like immediately the articles and the reviews and the whatever, you know, it's there's a lot. And that affects the way we view movies too. And I mean, and you can't
it's not fair, because like when Justice League came out, like the day it released, you know, I saw like not even just people, but like actual websites like IMDb and IGN and all that stuff just hating on the Justice League film, and it's not really fair, because I feel like it kind of skews opinion. Not that I'm saying the Justice League film was good, but at the same time, it's also like I want to be able to develop my own opinion before I get my my bias skewed in any way. You know, Logan was good, but see, like the reason why I mentioned Disaster Artist was because I'm looking at this list, and out of all of these, probably Disaster Artist is the only one that I want to see again. You know, like I'd want to see, and just maybe It too. Yeah, It I would like to see again. If there's like an extended version of Justice League, I'd probably watch that, but just for the sake of.
I mean, do you feel like...
Would you watch an extended version of Blade Runner?
Sure. I don't know.
Maybe you felt like 2.5 hours.
I mean, do you feel... Yeah, I remember why I was annoyed by it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I came back. I mean, do you feel like there's going to be a shift in like movies because of all the stuff that's going on with like...
What, feminism?
Yeah, and like all the sexual harassment thingamabobs.
A shift in movies? Like in what way?
I don't know. Or just...
I think, well, we're already seeing like a lot more female directors, you know, getting recognition. Films are getting supported because they have a female director. It's almost like a way of promoting the film. Like I've been seeing like adverts for Pitch Perfect 3, and they're all saying, yeah, we have a female director this time and all that stuff. Like,
well, I mean, I just think of like
Wonder Woman,
like Justice League. They were saying stuff about Ben Affleck for some reason, or like
what about Ben Affleck?
I don't know.
That he didn't want to be in the film.
No,
anymore?
that he probably... I don't know. Everyone's getting accused of like sexually harassing somebody.
Oh.
And then like they said that like something happened to like Gal Gadot also, or something. I don't know. Like,
oh yeah, no. They were saying something like that. Oh man, I don't want to misspeak, but something about that somebody had gone to her, telling her that they were sexually harassed or something, and I think Gal Gadot didn't. They were just saying that she didn't do anything about it. But this was when she was like 19. You know,
gracious. Yeah,
really young, and plus, you know, well, yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like it's like sounds like Hollywood definitely needs to keep cleaning house and stuff. And I don't know. And then all the like. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more movies or like stuff coming out of like LGBT kind of themed stories. I don't know if they're in theater or if they're just like movies for Netflix and stuff, but that's, you know, like, and then like there's also, so there's like women, and then there's like LGBTQ people, and then there's like seeing like more Asian people. And
yeah, well that's one thing. We need to see more Asian people, and I think we are. Like we're seeing Like we saw the Vietnamese American girl in Star Wars. Like, when's the last time you've seen a Vietnamese American in a role that wasn't like tailor made for an Asian?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't see that before. Now, we're seeing a bit more of that, and I think that's good. Like that makes sense. Like we're seeing Steven Yeun getting some good roles. He was in The Star. We didn't watch that together, but he is the main voice of the main character in the movie The Star. So, hey, and I think he did a good job. Some people probably, that movie got eviscerated by Rotten Tomatoes, but I honestly don't really know why. Because I thought it was good. It's just, people hate on anything religious based these days. Everything has to be straight down the middle, or straight left,
Or straight out of Compton. Yeah.
Anyway,
with that said, since you were talking about the actress that was in Star Wars.
Oh, let's do that in a different video.
Seriously?
Because this is already 16 minutes.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, but anyway, what I want to talk about though, next year, there are a lot of great movies coming out. And I want to know, were there some movies this year that we missed that you wish we saw?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
I wanted to see the Circus one with Hugh Jackman. And I also wanted to see the one about Winston Churchill, but I know you didn't really want to see that one. But yeah, off the top of my head, other ones that...
Yeah, I don't remember.
I do want to see, I don't know when it comes out, but I do want to see the movie about with Dakota Fanning, and she's trying to write a Star Trek screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, if I had a list, I would be able to tell you ones that would have been interesting.
Whatever that comes to mind. So, next year, movies that you're looking forward to seeing that we're most likely going to be reviewing.
Oh, I wanted to see that one movie that was like for like was it like best picture, best movie, like Moonlight or whatever.
You wanted to see Moonlight?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
We can watch that.
Were we watching the stand-up about that?
Yeah. Okay, but next year we have Black Panther.
Oh, heck yeah.
Shout out to Bumba John, our friend. We stand with Bumba. # I stand with Bumba. And he's in that movie. Then there's also, of course, the Infinity War film.
Oh, God.
So, next year is going to be
I just get like a headache when I think about it.
Hardcore film. Hardcore. Yeah, it is a lot, but it's all led up to this moment. This is the end of phase 3.
Finally.
This is the end of phase 3. It started 10 years ago.
Jeez.
10 years ago with Iron Man 1.
Insane.
So
That's insanity.
all right, what else is coming out next year?
There's that movie about
some other freaking Star Wars film.
Is there?
Yeah, there's going to be a Star Wars film every year for the next 20 years. Good Lord. The Han Solo film is what it's going to be.
There was that movie about those 2 girls that tried to kill their dad or something.
2 girls that tried to kill their dad.
It has Anton
Yelchin.
in it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hyped about it. I just remember the trailer.
Oh, I want to see Blockers with John Cena.
Oh, I want to see. I guess we should see Coco.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what else is coming out in 2017. That's all that really comes to mind. Even though I probably will find out another one, and then I'd be like,
if we took this whole video.
Oh, 50 Shades. The next 50 Shades.
If we took this video thing more seriously, we'd do our research and our due diligence before preparing. But we just
50 Shades.
Videos while we're
50 Shades Darker, or 50 Shades Freed is the one, right? Darker was this year. 50 Shades Freed is next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm down for that. The end of the epic trilogy. Anyway, with that being said, I want want you guys to make sure you have a safe and happy new year. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to our Patreons. And, you can follow me on Instagram at Victor Kwan, at Twitter at Victor_Kwan.
You can follow me on Instagram at Alexcellent and on Twitter at HalfConformist.
Yeah. Alright, guys. Check out our next video where we review Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and we'll see you next year.